Let's start with the big news, and that is your annual sales guidance. 2026 sales at constant exchange rates now forecast to fall by 5 to 13%. Analysts had expected a decline of 1.4%. Reading through the statement, it seems like there's two issues here: drug pricing and competition. I want to start with competition. We know that Novo Nordisk was first to market with your oral GLP-1. And if you take a look at early script data, for example, it seems like uptake is pretty strong. It's been a strong launch. So with that in mind, what gives you the certainty to say that annual sales will decline to this magnitude? Or are you being intentionally conservative here?
Thanks very much, Katie, for having me. We have spoken actually before, and I've been speaking to 2026 being a year of headwind when it comes to pricing. So there should not be too much surprise when we, of course, announce these numbers, because we have been very transparent with regards to the GLP-1 prices coming down in U.S. across pretty much all the channels. And of course, this is where the headwind is. But we also have said that at the lower price, we're going to see a much higher volume uptake going forward across the whole world, and not least, of course, in the U.S. And the Wegovy launch is a testament to that. Today, after just 4 weeks of data, we have more than 170,000 people on the pill. This is the most efficacious pill that there is with GLP-1, 17% weight loss, and the customers and the patients out there are really welcoming affordable pill, which is at the same time very effective. So I'm incredibly optimistic on the future with the market expanding.
I hear what you're saying, that, you know, this was well telegraphed, or at least you had tried to. But you take a look at shares right now, the ADR is currently down about 14%. So traders taken a little bit off guard here. I am curious, you know, that range, that forecast that annual sales will fall 5 to 13%. That's a pretty wide range. How confident are you that 13% could be the trough here?
Well, the range is typically how we use at the beginning of the year. Our midpoint is what we are aiming at, and the range is not any wider than it historically has been. Of course, I can understand that negative numbers are not good news to the market, but once again, this is something that we had anticipated, and the obesity market is quite dynamic. And the reason the range has its numbers on each end is because so many things can happen. We could, of course, see a much even better uptake of the pill or our injectable business. We could, of course, see the opposite. We have felt that this is the right guidance for the market, and that's what we have done today.
Well, Mike, give me a sense, though, as to how prolonged this slump could potentially be. I understand the potential promise of the Wegovy pill and the uptake on that. When does that become enough to replace whatever's being lost with regards to the legacy business?
So the problem with price and volume uptake is that prices come down on day one. Volume uptakes is done script by script gradually. We have seen a fantastic volume uptake with our Wegovy pill. As I mentioned, 170,000 patients in 4 weeks makes the Wegovy pill launch perhaps one of the best, if not the best, pharmaceutical launches we have seen in many, many years, if not forever. But on the other hand, of course, we need to change the perception of our Wegovy injectable, as well as, of course, Ozempic. We're doing that with the launch of Wegovy 7.2 milligram, the high dose one, to try and show that actually our products is on par with our competitor in terms of efficacy when you dose that at a higher level. And that will happen in a couple of months from now. And I look very much forward, of course, as those products make it to the market, that the volume uptakes will come script by script, and then eventually it washes out the price declines that we had initially set, and you see that in the guidance.
With regards to that pathway, though, and keeping the business going, and more importantly, keeping investors happy, do you need to cut costs in a material way, whether it's headcount or other types of administrative costs, to get things in line?
We have always been financial disciplined, and last year we unfortunately had to say goodbye to 9,000 colleagues, mainly because we had foreseen the headwind coming towards us. But having said that, while today you see a negative growth on the financial numbers, I see a lot of positive growth on the other sides of the business. More than ever before, this year we will be producing products. more than ever before. More than ever before, we will be having added patients to our portfolio this year. More than ever before, we will be accelerating and growing our pipeline. So there's a lot of growth into the business that allows us, of course, to continue the investment.
Well, I want to talk a little bit more about headcount and specifically some of the management changes that you've been making. Novo recently appointed a new U.S. boss. I take a look. You've also brought in a new product and portfolio strategy lead. Are you done now? Are you happy with the current cast of characters, or should we be expecting more changes as you head deeper into 2026?
Well, I'm not going to break news to you today about future changes, but I have to say the world is changing all the time. I am actually very sad and sorry to see two of my good colleagues leave us, but I'm equally very happy that we have been able to announce their replacement, two incredibly good individuals that will be coming on board, and I look very much looking forward to work with them. As we go forward, of course, changes will always happen, but the main aim is to stay focused with our strategy, stay focused with our transformation, progress the pipeline, and on all of those fronts, we're going to do that with many, many good colleagues that we have around the world.
Well, Mike, if you do want to break news, we'll give you the microphone. But I do want to talk a little bit more about competition, because I mentioned the oral pill. You were first to market there. Eli Lilly is expected on the scene pretty soon. I mentioned the script data showing that your pill is off to a good start. Romain and I were also speaking to the CEO of Ro last week. He says that the demand for your pill is beyond what anyone expected. But that being said, I mean, do you expect to see this momentum sustained once Eli Lilly actually comes to market, and how can you keep it going?
I would say so, and the reason for it, we have seen within the field of obesity, the magnitude of the weight loss matters. We have a pill that basically reduces your weight by 16.6%. Let's round that up to 17%. Our competitor is bringing a pill that does 12%. So this is a big difference, 16 versus 12. And if, of course, the people living with obesity follow what we have seen the last couple of years, magnitude of weight loss, then we would foresee us having the upper hand on this battle with our good competitor, Eli Lilly.
It raises a lot of questions, though, Mike, about how you sort of broaden, if at all, this business. Is there sort of an expectation, a ballast, if you will, beyond just diabetes and weight loss?
Right now, we are focusing on diabetes, weight loss, and overweight. And the main reason for it is that the combinations of these three areas basically has 2 billion people in the world suffering from it. This is a very large number of people with unmet need, and we are only scratching the surface.
But can meeting the needs of those 2 billion people, though, be profitable? I mean, you started off in major markets like the U.S., where you had a little bit more pricing power. You're losing, obviously, some of your patent protection. I am curious as you expand into other markets, is the profitability proposition going to be the same?
If we would not basically see this as a profitable business, we would not have it as the core part of our strategy. We do see that there is still a lot of profit to be made, albeit, of course, at lower price levels. But the volumes are very large, and I would say the segmentation of the population will differ. There will be different pricing levels depending on the different portfolio, different products that we want to have in our portfolio. And as a focused company that mainly goes into diabetes and obesity, we're going to basically cater to all different segments of the populations with different price levels.